Hello, On The Limit. Welcome to my crib. Come and view my London apartment and we can have a chat and I can show you around. So we will not be going to the penthouse today, unfortunately. We are on the ground floor, but we're working on trying to get up a little bit higher, but like motorsport, the higher you get, the more expensive it is. So yeah, come on in. So this is my apartment that I live in with my housemate Jamie at the minute, and yeah, this is where the magic happens, isn't that what you're meant to say? So yeah, here we are. Probably the most exciting bits of this room. I've got one of my Le Mans driver medals, which is pretty cool. A sponsor actually bought me this photo as well of the car that I did Le Mans in back in 2021, so that's quite cool. Current helmet, one of my favorites, so this is a podium third place from Bahrain in the World Endurance Championship, so that's quite a cool one for me, and that's the replica of that media tower and control center in Bahrain, which is quite cool. This is a Bathurst trophy, so second place in the Silver Cup in Bathurst in Australia, which is one of the coolest tracks in the world, so absolutely love it there. Totally terrifying, and there's no track limit issues there because the walls define that pretty clearly. So I drove with Scott McLaughlin, who V8 Supercar champ, was Shane Van Gisbergen and Craig Lowndes as well, so three of the biggest names in Australian motorsport, and fans have their tattoos all over their arms, and they're proper superstars over there, and all really, really great people. So really enjoyed my Australia experiences. Got a couple of models here, so one of the Bathurst cars, Le Mans car, and then the RSR that I did Le Mans, my first Le Mans in 2020 as well. So that's some of the best stuff. Simulator in the corner that I use, that I bought from my sponsor Murray Motorsport, and I do a couple hours on that before every race, especially if I haven't raced there in a while, which is every track this year.
Brands is mega as a circuit. It's Paddock Hill, for one, is just iconic. It's not until you actually walk the track or drive it, you realise just how much of a dip there is. You sort of get to the apex and you just sort of look down and go, that is a long way down.
Obviously you come over the top and then the whole car goes light, and then you have to get back on the throttle then at that stage. But you're understeering, and then eventually the car compresses and it grips up again. So that takes a while to trust that the front's going to connect again.
It's now been retarmacked as well at turn 1 and also turn 3, so they're even faster now.
And then it's pretty frantic from there. Druids is key to get a good run out of Druids, the second corner down the hill. Graham Hill is probably the most important corner on the circuit, because then the only real uphill we have is out the back here at the back straight. And then Clearways is one of those corners, I've done it probably thousands of times now, I've never done it right. So it's a hard circuit, Brands Indy.
But Brands Hatch has always given really good racing. Over the years we've had some really mixed conditions as well, and that makes it even more interesting. And I think tomorrow and Sunday we could be in for the same. It could be an interesting weekend.
Hello.
Hello.
How are we doing?
Good to see you. How's your season gone?
Not as planned.
What?
So Brands Hatch Indy, the qualifying when it was chucking it down, it was horrible.
Yeah.
If we've got 3 sets of wets. If we have to use 3 in the first bit, we'll use 3 just to get higher up the grid.
Green flag waved, qualifying is underway. This our first qualifying session of the season where the hybrid will play a part.
There's a lot more water on that track than
There was a period of just torrential rain.
Yeah, a lot of cars going off there as you come down the hill from Graham Hill.
I mean, these tyres are stone cold. I mean, there's loads more water, obviously, part of it is we've got to get the tyres to be switched on, really.
Green flag is shown, so qualifying back in business. The mechanics pull the cars back, fire them down the pit lane. Josh Cook third, Bobby Thompson fourth, but he was looking good in the second sector of the last lap. That's Camish heading up to the line, that's Nick Hamilton heading off the road, and he has got it wrong, I think, coming out of Paddock Hill Bend. He's going to try to rejoin.
And I hadn't managed to put a lap in yet, but as it was like the wettest part of the track, I was trying my hardest, and I'm like, you know, looking back, you know, I think I need to get time on the board,
Yeah.
And then that's when I had my bit of a moment at Paddock.
Oh yeah.
And then I hit Nick.
Yeah.
Try and gauge whether that car's going to be able to rejoin. It might get collected if it's not careful, because that's Adam Morgan spinning towards him, and bang!
It's funny, you know, either the car really works well in the wet or it doesn't work in the wet, or for us anyway. So it's a bit of a struggle, just being made slightly harder now.
If the road is getting more and more treacherous, the rain is getting heavier, then improvements might be harder to come by. Dan Camish has gone quicker in sector one, so also has Jake Hill, so also has Dan Rowbottom and Stephen Jelly. So we're not totally done yet.
String it together, Sunshine, you can do it.
Sorry, that's Dan Rowbottom up towards the line. Rowbottom did improve last time. He improves this time to go 7th, 55.767.
I'm learning. I think he is a guy, if I see it, I know it can be done, I can do it. It's getting him to find it.
Other cars here about to be pushed backward. Andrew Watson, who's not raced on this configuration, Brands Hatch since about 2014. This is Dan Rowbottom now. He's down to 14th, but he's done an absolute best in the first sector. He's down to 15th. He comes up towards the line, and Dan Rowbottom is into the top 6. The second sector was not that stunning, but the first sector saved him, so he's back into the top 10.
Takes two. Second one was good.
Jake Hill goes third. Gets a bit sideways at Paddock, but he's in, and that means that Robo is out. This is Rowbottom up to the line. Can he do enough in sector 2 to get that car's time better? No is the answer. So he's down to 15th, and remember, it's not only 15th if that's where he ends up in Q1, because he's then got the 3-place grid drop.
Annoyingly, it doesn't mean anything though. It's just inside. Good 8 for all it matters. Yeah.
I don't know what was happening with the car that weekend, but we had just had nothing. We had no grip, no pace. We obviously knew we were good in those conditions, you know, 2 weeks before, and we just couldn't get the thing to work. So
No one faster on that last lap. So have they had the last roll of the dice? That's Andrew Watson very wide, but gets it back on the track.
But the checkered flag is at the ready, and Jake Hill comes up towards the timing line now. Is this going to be the fastest of the session? The answer is yes!
Yeah, so, well, it's not great being back in the truck during qualifying, but don't know, really just struggled with switching the tyres on. You know, from the minute I left the pit lane, just couldn't get any generate any temperature, generate any grip, and just really struggled with rear grip. And it just happened so quick. You know, the rear just went on me like that, and I could see Nick in the distance. And my first thought was, I'm never going to reach him. I'm never going to get there, or at least I'll hit the gravel. And no, I didn't. I just pirouetted on the green stuff, which is even slippier. So I just skated right into him. So it's a massive shame. You know, I'm really sorry for all the guys in the team. You know, I want to give them a late night tonight, getting the car ready for tomorrow. But I'm going to be giving it full beans tomorrow to make up for it. So qualifying was really tricky conditions, and bang, straight into Nick. So I think because of that left me pretty much stone dead last in race one.
Brands Hatch was quite the challenge.
Yesterday was tough to take, but you know, this is where it counts today, and like it can change. In 2 corners we could be in 10th place, and all of a sudden the day's changed. And yeah, anything can happen in touring car racing.
See how we get on.
He's normally a lot quicker if, like race 1, he's been punted off, because then he gets
fed up.
Angry Adam is faster.
Yeah.
It is round 4 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship.
We made a good start, I think we made 3 or 4 places on the first lap.
Get ready then, because the lights go red. Lights will go out now. We're racing. Good getaway by the BMWs. Demon start by Turkington, away like a stab rat, but great getaway by Turkington. He leads Camish on the run to Druids.
And then coming out the last corner, I remember setting myself up for a good run onto the start-finish straight.
3 or 4 drivers not prepared to lift for a gap that was there. Stevens ran wide and I've got a really clean hookup. So I'm like, right, that's my space. And Stevens starts to move over and I'm like, well, okay, I can move a bit. And he's still coming across. And I'm like, well, I ain't moving anymore.
Dan, he went for a gap that, in my own opinion, was always going to close.
Come around the corner, wrong place, wrong time, bang.
Red flag, red flag. You good, mate? You good?
I didn't know it was him at first, because he said, like, red flag, crash, and he was talking. And then he went, ow, that hurt. It's like, oh, all right, what's going on? Look up, car's in the gravel. It's a kicker, because we made some places.
So that's qualifying ruined, race 1 ruined, and that also means you start race 2 at the back. So it was like just a snowball effect of things going wrong, which is tough. You know, it's not where you want to be. Yeah, it was quite a big shunt actually, to be fair. I'm not saying it was Rowbottom's fault, but it was. You know, he'll try and defend it, but I'm blaming it on Robo.
There was contact ahead, I think, with Rowbottom and Jelly, and then I chose to go left, to go the high side and get in the grass and try and avoid everybody. But as soon as I went left, the cars came up and did quite a lot of damage. The team, you know, did an unreal job to fix the car between race 1 and 2.
But yeah, we pulled together as a team. Our senior technician come onto my car and we just worked together, and I think there was like 5 people working on the car at the time.
And it wasn't the best state, so we need to get this back out for the next one. And unluckily, we'd had exactly the same crash the night before. So we'd had practice at what needed to be changed, and every new bit we'd just put on, we were changing again.
It started back in Graham Hill. So I was behind Jack Patel and he'd sort of made a half move. So I hit him through the gap and pushed him through, which was 10 points for me because he gained the place, I didn't. And then he ended up hanging it around, a great move actually by Jack, hanging it around the outside of Stephen through clearways. But I didn't see that until I watched the footage after. So he'd sort of disappeared out of my vision. As per the regulation, I didn't do anything wrong. If I had my time again, would I back out of it? I'd just maybe use more grass. I don't think I'd back out of it. I'd just move more onto the grass. But yeah, again, it's touring car racing, isn't it?
Nice and steady. You can put a foot on that board as you...
Yep. Missing it this side.
Up in the air, ready to go. Because we've got time limit this time.
Come on, Jack, get her in, son.
Once you're up in the air and get the wheels off, we'll just try and clear the damaged stuff as we did last night.
We'll make sure the car's good first. If we've got time, we'll do the rear ride out. All right? Can you get, please, sunshine? You got a minute and a half.
You know, race 2, I think we got the car out just before the race. My steering wheel was somewhere over here, so that made life difficult.
So if I was you, I would join the back of the green flag lap so you get some temperature in your tyres.
We can do that?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
You just start going into the process of... You'll have a start, don't worry about it. It's not going to stall.
No change there.
Don't know why.
He shouldn't have been there, should he?
Who?
That BMW.
Why?
Because he wasn't on the back of the grid, when on the grid. Because we were the last car.
Round 5 of the Quick Fits British Touring Car Championship. It's 24 laps, the lights go red. Lights out, blast off, good getaway by Turkington, good start by Jake Hill as well. Another slowish start by Dan Cammish, look, because around the outside of him goes Tom Ingram. And to the outside of Turkington dives Ash Sutton, then thinks better of it. Slots back in and then goes to the inside line. Fantastic move. From one side to the other goes Ash Sutton. George Gamble there to the inside. Couldn't quite gain a place, or can he? Bobby Thompson to his outside. And the inside of the pair of them there. Look, goes Sam Osborne, and he takes 2 places.
They're as close as the paces. Red hot right from the start, coming down the inside. Adam Morgan passing off the grass down the inside, and he gets through.
He's going to be on fire now, isn't he? The wheel is like that.
Is it?
Yeah. Now Sam Osborne in 9th place is the leading driver on soft tyres, and you can see, at least at this stage of the race, how they are working for him, because yes, he's racing well, but they are helping him with a bit of pace as well. Look, he's on the back now of Josh Cook.
17 to go, P16.
Days, here comes Rowbottom, next in the queue. He's still 16th, but he might not be there for much longer, because that car looks like he's going to be able to gobble up the Honda.
Yeah, well, Rowbottom obviously desperate to get some racing under his belt. He didn't complete a lap in race 1. Now he can fight his way through it. Now he's looking at exactly the same gap he was looking at for Stephen Jelly on the first race, but this time he forces the gap open and gets through.
Here comes Rowbottom up the inside to try to gain 1, maybe 2 places. He's alongside Lloyd, he's up the curve. The Cupra just hangs on, and now Rowbottom tries to switch sides, couldn't quite do it. 9 laps to go in this cat and mouse battle for race honours, and Ash Sutton hangs on in there. There's Adam Morgan on the back of Aaron Taylor-Smith. This is for 16th place, and Morgan goes through. I think Taylor-Smith let him go there, moved to one side and let the quicker BMW go by. Right, this is lap 21 out of 24. And Ash Sutton has, for the moment at least, been able to repel any challenge from Tom Ingram, but Tom has not given up yet. So Josh Cook, the man ahead of him, Cook in turn looking to get past Ricky Collard, and Sam Osborne dives through on the inside. Fantastic move, assuming he doesn't go out wide. Josh Cook tries to fight back, and Sam Osborne has got that covered. Brilliant stuff. Ash Sutton to the checkered flag. His first victory of the season beckons. Round 5 of the Quick Fits British Touring Car Championship. It's a win for Ash Sutton. Second across the line is Tom Ingram.
P16.
The guys and girls did an amazing job at the team to get the car fixed. They were flat out, and it's the first time that I've seen like a touring car team go hell for leather at a car. Like I know that it happens, and it's kind of like rally style. You know, it's all hands on deck, hammers, there's everything, duct tape, everything. So yeah, they got it fixed, and we got out and we scored really good points. So made up some good spots, and that was really important.
Yep. Well done.
Well done. Nice one.
We just about made it out, and then he just drove with anger and got through the pack. He was hoping to finish the first race, obviously. Yeah. I'm well happy with that. Got 10 places and we finished, so it's all you can really want.
Yeah, I mean, race 3, we've got nothing to lose now. We've kept the soft tyre back, so we do have the soft. It's all of us at this point, you know, we've got to go for it and see what happens. I'm not sure we can quite reach a podium, but I'm sure we can get to a top 6.
1 minute board. Square in the box without the tape.
I mean, the old rule that we used to have was every kilo equals a pint.
He's not doing well.
And he's not doing well there, is he?
Round 6 of the Quick Fit British Touring Car Championship. Bobby Thompson on pole position. Lights are red. Lights go out in his blast off. Good getaway by Jake Hill. He's gained 1 place at least. Josh Cook tries to get between the Toyotas on the way up towards paddock for the first time. Bobby Thompson on the inside of on the outside, Ricky Collard. Sam Osborne has made a good start and he goes third, and here comes Josh Cook up the inside. I was going to say Ash Sutton started 11th and he was 5th across the line at the end of that one, but he'll now be 4th.
What, 12th? My God. 4 on the first lap.
And Ash Sutton is crawling all over the back of him. There's just about a Ford's width on the inside line. Through goes Sutton for 3rd.
Wow, that was a brilliant move.
That is Andrew Watson, who's been off the road. Behind them is Jade Edwards, who's got a problem as well. Some other scratch lower down the order, involving Andrew Watson, who ran wide at Graham Hill Bend.
That's where he filled the car up with grass. He actually got his right-hand wheels on the curb and couldn't turn in, could he? That was the problem there.
And both Watson and Jade Edwards are in the pit lane. Cook, Hill, Ingram, Camish, Turkington rounding out the top 10. Adam Morgan going well up to 11th ahead of Lloyd, Chilton, Rowbottom, and then Osborne down to 15th. Tom Ingram now all over the back of Jake Hill. Dan Rowbottom going through a bit further back as well, trying to make progress. John Chilton is busy defending in the meantime. Dan Lloyd losing out there to Dan Rowbottom, who charges up the inside. So that gives Robo a place.
Hill will have to try and cut back now. He thinks he's done it. He has done it. Great driving.
Ricky does use the hybrid then on the run up towards the line there to try to pull away. So it's 4 laps of use for Collard, 3 laps of use for Sutton, but only 4 tenths between them. So Ricky Collard has got the penalty exclamation mark graphic next to his name, and it's a 10-second penalty for Ricky Collard. Track limit offences, Ricky Collard, 10-second penalty. Ash Sutton's on for the win. Here they come, the penalised Toyota is in the lead on the road, and Sutton can't get up the inside as he did a lap ago, so the checkered flag is at the ready. It is going to be then Ricky Collard who wins on the road, but on corrected time, Ash Sutton it is to win for the 2nd time today, ahead of Bobby Thompson in 2nd place. Tom Ingram is going to inherit 3rd, Dan Camish will be 4th, 5th Colin Turkington, 6th Adam Morgan, 7th Tom Chilton, and Ricky Collard 8th with that 10-second penalty.
Beautiful. Well done. That was worth it.
So we just finished race 3. Not a bad way to finish the weekend actually. We ended up P6 in that one. We started P16 on the soft tyres. So we moved up quite well, you know, to start P16, finish P6, you know, we had good pace, balance of the car was really good. It's a nice way to finish, but what shoulda, woulda, coulda. You know, we had a good pace for a weekend, but unfortunately it shows that if you don't get qualifying right, you don't qualify near the front, you can get caught up in these accidents, and race 1 goes to show what can happen, which just makes it a very long day and a very hard work day for a few points.
Pretty terrible day all around for me, the team, everybody. So highs of Donington, lows of Brands Hatch. So race 3, got a pretty good start and we were up a couple of spots, and then had contact with another car in the first corner and got a puncture. So yeah, I just couldn't believe it. Probably an unlucky puncture, but sums up our day, you know, took us out of the race. So yeah, one to forget, and then at least when you have three bad ones, you can just delete the whole weekend.
It's a hard weekend for us. You know, we had a racing incident in race 1 with Stephen, and we collected a few of the cars, which is a big shame. You know, you don't go racing for crashing, but it happened. It's touring car racing. It's close and it's tight. So it unfortunately, if you have a bad race 1 now, it kind of kills your weekend. So we just had to recover. Had to recover with a poorly car. Didn't all get fixed, but you know, the boys at Napa Racing did an incredible job to even get it back out for race 2. And then race 3 was a bit of damage limitation, but we dragged it back into the top 10. But it's not really what we want to be here for, you know.
It's hard work, you know, because you start race 1 and you're thinking, right, the goal now is to get into the top 12, try and get a reverse grid and try and get a win, you know, and just bag whatever kind of points you can. And everything that could have gone wrong kind of did for us, you know. That accident which caught up with Stephen, and I got collected as well, you know, it just puts you even further on the back foot. So trying to get the reverse grid, starting dead last in race 2, was going to be very tricky, and you know, I only got to P16, so you know, very few points. But then race 3, we kind of turned that around a little bit.
I don't know. I'll definitely have lost the lead of that, the Jack Sears. So, but it's a long season and it's super tight. Our car was a bit on the back foot here, so yeah, it was damage limitation today, and we didn't do that very well. So yeah, onwards and upwards. The team are going to work hard between now and then, and you know, we have the potential to be back at the front.
So we'll see what we can do and just make sure we get to Snetterton, and I hate this phrase, but we get to Snetterton and we hit the ground running.
There's some very, very, very complex bits, and there's some other bits where you just need to be really brave.
And if you can be on the right tire at the right times, you can probably punch above your weight.
Battle between the teammates continues.
Pushing to try and get the most out of the car, and yeah, I overstepped it a bit.